Hello. Imagine reaching the age of 70, a milestone filled with wisdom, but also a moment that can stir worry. You've lived a vibrant life, full of triumphs and trials, yet you might feel weighed down by expectations or past choices. Research shows that carrying unnecessary burdens, like societal pressures or toxic relationships, can increase stress and harm mental health as we age. But here's the good news. This is your time to let go. Picture a lighter, freer you, embracing joy and authenticity. In this video, we'll explore 9 things that no longer matter after 70. Sharing stories and science to spark empathy, ignite hope, and inspire you to live your happiest life. Let's begin this journey together. 1. Accumulating material possessions. Imagine your home at 70, filled with clothes you haven't worn in years, gadgets gathering dust, or furniture that no longer fits your needs. It might feel overwhelming, like those possessions are owning you instead of the other way around. Many of us grow up believing that more stuff equals more success, but that chase can leave you feeling trapped. Research shows that clutter can increase stress and even contribute to feelings of anxiety, especially for older adults who need calm and simplicity. It's a worry that sneaks up, making you feel tied to things that no longer spark joy. Think of Tom, a 75-year-old who spent years buying the latest tech and filling his garage with tools he thought defined his worth. But maintaining it all became a burden, draining his time and energy. One day, he decided to declutter, donating items to charity and keeping only what truly mattered. That choice felt like a weight lifted. Studies confirm that simplifying your space can boost mental clarity and emotional well-being, creating room for what really counts, like memories and relationships. You too can let go of the need to accumulate. Picture the freedom of a home with just the essentials, where every item brings you joy or serves a purpose. By letting go of excess, you're not losing anything. You're gaining space for new experiences, deeper connections, and a lighter heart. So, start small. Maybe clear out one drawer today. You'll inspire others and find hope in a simpler, happier life. Worrying about others' opinions. Picture this. You're 70, looking back on a life filled with choices shaped by the need to please family, friends, or even strangers. Maybe you chose a career to impress someone, or dressed a certain way to fit in. But deep down, that worry feels heavy, doesn't it? Studies show that constantly seeking others' approval can lead to anxiety and lower self-esteem, especially as we age. When mental peace becomes so vital, it's a burden that can make you feel trapped, like you're living someone else's life. Now, imagine Jane, a vibrant 72-year-old who spent decades stressing over her neighbors' opinions about her home or her kids' success. She felt drained, always chasing validation. But one day, she decided enough was enough. She started making choices for herself, like joining a painting class, just because it sparked joy. That shift changed everything. Science backs this up. Embracing authenticity boosts happiness and reduces stress, letting you live true to your values. You too have earned the right to let go of others' judgments. Think about it. Whose opinion matters more than your own at this stage? By releasing this worry, you can rediscover your true self, feel lighter, and inspire others to do the same. So take a deep breath and choose you. Your happiness is worth it, and this is your time to shine. 3. Maintaining social obligations that no longer bring joy. Let's dive into something we all know too well, saying yes to social events that feel more like a chore than a joy. Imagine you're 70, and your calendar is packed with gatherings, from neighborhood potlucks to distant relatives' parties, that leave you drained rather than delighted. You've spent years attending events out of duty, maybe to keep the peace or avoid hurting feelings, but it weighs on you, doesn't it? That sinking feeling of obligation can spark worry, making you feel like your time isn't your own. Science tells us that forced social interactions can increase stress and even harm mental health, especially for older adults who thrive on meaningful connections. Now, picture Sarah, a 71-year-old who used to drag herself to every community meeting, even when they left her exhausted and unfulfilled. She worried about letting people down. But one day, she chose herself. She politely declined invitations that didn't spark joy, and instead spent evenings with close friends or savoring quiet nights with a good book. That shift was transformative. Research supports this. Prioritizing fulfilling social interactions boosts happiness and reduces anxiety, letting you feel truly present. You too have the power to say no without guilt. Think about it. Your time is precious, and you deserve to spend it on what lights you up. By letting go of draining obligations, you're opening the door to deeper connections and moments that matter. So, try it. Decline that next event that doesn't feel right, and choose joy instead. You'll inspire others and find hope in a life filled with what truly fulfills you. 4. Chasing society's standards of beauty. Imagine standing in front of a mirror at 70, noticing wrinkles or gray hair, and feeling a pang of worry that you don't measure up to the youthful images plastered on magazine covers or TV ads. For years, you might have felt pressure to hide signs of aging, maybe with creams or diets, trying to fit a mold that says beauty equals youth. That chase can feel exhausting, can't it? It steals your confidence and leaves you questioning your worth. Studies show that societal pressure to look young can lead to body dissatisfaction and even depression, especially in older adults, when self-acceptance is key to well-being. Now, think of Maria, a 73-year-old who spent decades worrying about her appearance, avoiding photos because she felt her laugh lines made her less beautiful. But one day, she decided to embrace her true self. She stopped hiding her gray hair and started seeing her wrinkles as stories of a life well lived. That shift changed how she saw herself and how others saw her too. Science backs this up. Embracing your natural appearance boosts self-esteem and mental health, letting your inner qualities like kindness and wisdom shine. You too can let go of society's narrow beauty standards. Picture the freedom of loving yourself just as you are, with every line and silver strand telling your unique story. By celebrating your authentic beauty, you're not just freeing yourself, you're inspiring others to do the same. So, look in the mirror today and smile at the incredible person you are. Your true beauty radiates from within, and it's time to let it glow. 5. Holding on to activities that no longer bring fulfillment. Imagine you're 70, still showing up to that weekly card game or volunteering for a club you joined decades ago. But instead of joy, it feels like a chore. You might worry that letting go means losing a part of who you are. Or maybe you stick with it because it's familiar. That tug of routine can weigh heavy, can't it? It can leave you feeling stuck, like you're going through the motions instead of living fully. Research shows that engaging in unfulfilling activities can increase stress and sap energy, especially for older adults who benefit most from pursuits that spark passion and purpose. Now, picture David, a 74-year-old who loved his weekly tennis matches for years, but lately, they left him tired and uninspired. He worried about disappointing his teammates, but one day, he chose to step back. Instead, he tried gardening, something he'd never had time for before, and it brought him a new sense of peace and joy. Science supports this. Pursuing activities that align with your current interests boosts mental health and life satisfaction, opening doors to growth even later in life. You can release activities that no longer serve you. Think about it. What if you made space for something new, like painting, writing, or simply enjoying quiet mornings with a book? By letting go of outdated routines, you're not giving up. You're making room for passions that reflect who you are today. So, take a moment to reflect what's one activity you could set aside. Try something new, and watch hope bloom as you rediscover fulfillment. You're worth it, and your journey is still full of possibilities. 6. Tolerating toxic relationships. Imagine being 70 and still dealing with a friend who constantly puts you down, a family member who fills your days with negativity, or an acquaintance who makes you feel small. You might keep these ties out of loyalty or fear of being alone, but deep down, their words and actions drain you, don't they? That worry of staying connected to someone who hurts you can feel like a dark cloud, stealing your peace. Studies show that toxic relationships can increase stress, anxiety, and even physical health issues, especially for older adults who need positive connections to thrive. Now, think of Linda, a 72-year-old who spent years enduring a critical cousin's harsh comments at every family gathering. She felt trapped, worried about causing a rift. But one day, she chose her well-being. She set boundaries, limiting contact and surrounding herself with people who lifted her up. That choice was like a breath of fresh air. Science backs this: nurturing healthy relationships boosts emotional well-being and longevity, while letting go of toxic ones frees you to live with joy. You too deserve to be surrounded by love and respect. Picture the relief of walking away from negativity, making space for friends who make you laugh, family who value you, or even new connections that spark happiness. Letting go of toxic relationships isn't selfish, it's self-care, and it opens the door to a brighter, more hopeful life. So, think about someone who brings you down. What's one step you could take to protect your heart? You have the strength to choose positivity, and by doing so, you'll inspire others to do the same. Your happiness matters, and it's time to embrace it. 7. Comparing yourself to others. Imagine you're 70, scrolling through photos of a friend's lavish vacation or hearing about a neighbor's perfect family, and suddenly you feel a twinge of worry. Are you falling behind? Is your life not as good? For years, you might have measured your success against others' careers, homes, or achievements, but that comparison stings, doesn't it? It can make you feel less than, robbing you of joy in your own journey. Research shows that constant comparison can lead to lower self-esteem and even depression, especially in older adults who deserve to celebrate their unique paths. Now, picture Robert, a 73-year-old who used to envy his brother's financial success, always feeling his own life paled in comparison. It left him restless, until one day he decided to focus on his own story, his love for woodworking, his quiet evenings with his grandkids. That shift brought him peace. Science supports this. Embracing your individuality boosts happiness and mental well-being, letting you appreciate your life for what it is. You too can let go of the comparison trap. Think about it: your journey, with all its ups and downs, is yours alone, and that's beautiful. Picture the freedom of celebrating your own wins, no matter how small, like a kind word you shared or a memory you cherish. By letting go of comparisons, you're not just freeing yourself, you're opening your heart to gratitude and hope. So, next time you catch yourself comparing, pause and think of one thing you love about your life. You'll inspire others to embrace their paths too. Your story is enough, and it's time to shine in it. 8. Clinging to outdated goals. Imagine you're 70, still chasing dreams you set decades ago, like climbing the corporate ladder or building a bigger house. Maybe you feel a knot of worry, thinking you have to stick with those ambitions to prove something. But deep down, they feel hollow, don't they? Clinging to outdated goals can leave you exhausted, like you're running a race that no longer matters. Studies show that pursuing misaligned goals can increase stress and lower life satisfaction, especially for older adults who thrive when their pursuits reflect their current values. Now, think of Susan, a 71-year-old who once dreamed of owning a chain of stores. She pushed herself hard, but as she aged, the grind felt meaningless. One day, she let go and set a new goal, teaching her grandkids to bake, something that filled her heart with joy. That change was like a fresh start. Science backs this up. Realigning goals with your present passions boosts mental health and a sense of purpose, making life feel vibrant again. You too can release goals that no longer spark joy. Picture the relief of letting go of an old ambition, maybe one tied to status or wealth, and embracing something new, like volunteering, gardening, or simply spending more time with loved ones. By letting go of outdated dreams, you're not giving up. You're making space for what truly matters now, filling your days with hope and meaning. So, reflect for a moment. What's one goal you could set aside? Try setting a small, new one that excites you today. You'll inspire others to evolve too, and find joy in a life that reflects the real you. Your journey is still unfolding, and it's time to chase what lights you up. 9. Feeling guilty for prioritizing your own happiness. Imagine you're 70, and after years of caring for family, meeting work demands, or supporting friends, you finally want to focus on yourself. Maybe you dream of traveling, picking up a new hobby, or just enjoying a quiet afternoon with a book. But a wave of guilt creeps in, whispering that you're being selfish, doesn't it? That worry can feel like a heavy chain, holding you back from living fully. Research shows that chronic guilt can increase stress and harm mental health, especially for older adults who deserve to prioritize their well-being. Now, picture Emma, a 74-year-old who spent decades putting her family's needs above her own. She felt guilty even thinking about taking a painting class, worried it would seem indulgent. But one day, she signed up, and the joy of creating art transformed her. She became more present for her loved ones, too. Science supports this. Prioritizing self-care boosts emotional and physical health, making you better able to show up for others. You too can let go of that guilt. Think about it, you've given so much to the world, and now it's your turn to shine. Picture the freedom of saying yes to what makes your heart sing, whether it's dancing, gardening, or simply resting without apology. By embracing your happiness, you're not taking away from anyone else. You're adding light to your life and theirs. So, take a small step today. Maybe try something just for you, like a walk in nature or a new recipe. You'll inspire others to value their joy, too, and find hope in a life where your happiness matters. You deserve this, and it's time to embrace it with open arms. Friends, as you step into life after 70, imagine the weight of old burdens lifting, the worry of others' opinions, the clutter of stuff, or the guilt of choosing yourself fading away. It can feel daunting to let go, like you're losing part of who you were. But think of John, a 76-year-old who carried these burdens for years, feeling trapped by expectations. When he finally released them, he found freedom, filling his days with laughter, loved ones, and simple joys like morning walks. Science tells us this is powerful. Letting go of what no longer serves you reduces stress and boosts happiness, paving the way for a more authentic life. You too can embrace this freedom. Picture a life where you live intentionally, choosing relationships that uplift you, moments that spark joy, and a heart unburdened by what society demands. This isn't just hope, it's a call to action. Studies show that living true to your values enhances mental and physical health, letting you shine brighter for yourself and those you love. So, start today. Let go of one thing that holds you back, maybe a toxic tie or an outdated goal, and take a step toward what makes you truly happy. You're not just changing your life, you're inspiring others to live boldly too. This is your time, your journey, and it deserves to be lived with joy, purpose, and an open heart. Here's to a lighter, brighter you. Hey there. As we wrap up this journey through life after 70, let's pause and reflect. You might feel a twinge of worry, wondering if letting go of old burdens is really possible. But think of countless others, like Mary, who at 75 found renewed joy by sharing her story of change online, inspiring her community. Science shows that connecting with others and sharing experiences can boost your mood and even improve health outcomes, creating a ripple effect of hope. We're all in this together, and your voice matters. If this video touched your heart or sparked a new idea, drop a comment below. Maybe just a simple one to say it resonated, or a 0 if it didn't quite hit the mark. Your feedback fuels our mission to spread empathy and positive change. Studies confirm that engaging with content you love strengthens community bonds, making us all feel less alone. So, don't stop here. Share this with someone who needs a lift, and let's keep inspiring each other to live lighter, truer lives. Thank you for spending your precious time with us. You're the reason we do this, and we can't wait to connect with you again soon.